Welcome to the Roncast, where entrepreneurs find killer tips, techniques, and tools to start and growth hack any business. Brought to you by one of Canada's favorite business personalities, Ron Davies. Enjoy the show.
Hi, and welcome back to the Roncast. I'm your host, Ron Davies. Hey, you know what? It isn't like COVID isn't difficult enough, really, is it? It isn't like life isn't already difficult enough without people telling you that what you're doing is all wrong. What you're trying to do is not going to succeed. The way you're doing something is the wrong way, because you know what? The world is full of haters. It's full of all kinds of people who want nothing other than to discourage you from doing something that, in their mind, puts you ahead of them. It seems like people will root you on and support your cause right up to the point where, in their mind, you're about to surpass where they are in life, whether it's financially or career-wise or spiritually or what have you. And you know what? Sometimes family is the absolute worst for this. I don't know how many entrepreneurial ventures you started on. I know that probably my first 15 were complete failures before I hit the right one. And I had family that was supportive, you know, credit where credit is due. I also had family that said, Ron, you're a soldier. That's not for you. Ron, we don't want to hurt your feelings, but you just don't have what it takes to succeed in business. And then my own mother would say things like, Ron, be happy with what you have. You have security in a government job. You have a good life. Don't try for so much more. Why can't you just be grateful for where you are? Well, where I am now is, as you know, quite different from where I was at that time. And it would not have been the case for neither myself nor those that I have mentored along the way or partnered with along the way, which is in countless ventures now. And agreed, not all successful. But if you don't try, how can you possibly succeed? Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Chance favors the bold. The shy guy never got to sleep with the cheerleader. You know, it's all of these kinds of incredibly bad axioms, some of them, but they speak to the truth. It's okay to be grateful. I'm very grateful, but I have a grateful dissatisfaction. I'm very proud of what I've accomplished in my life. I'm even more proud of those that I've kind of coached and mentored over the years and watched them succeed. Very proud of that. But the reality is, the people that I loved in my life and that loved me thought they were looking out for me when they were going to discourage me. They really did. They were trying to protect me from failure. But you know what? Failure is the only stepping stone to success. There are no other stepping stones to success. And having been involved and spoken at many conferences and millionaire mindset type events, mentoring events, I can tell you that of the billionaires I know, and I know a few, lots of millionaires, 3 billionaires, none of them succeeded out of the gate. Most of them had more initial failures than I did, and I thought my count was high at 15. Some of them were into several dozen. None of them succeeded out of the gate. You know, you read about things like Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook and whatnot. That's a complete anomaly. That rarely happens. And in fact, most of the great business decisions that have been made at Facebook have nothing to do with Zuckerberg other than him agreeing. In fact, you may or may not know Zuckerberg was almost booted out of Facebook because he was not going to agree with something that the much older and more senior business advisors that are on the board were directing him to do. He wasn't going to do it. They were going to boot him out. He would still have been a shareholder, would still have been a billionaire, but he would have been gone. And in fact, the most recent changes at Facebook with respect to their advertising platform that has lost them not millions, not tens of millions, hundreds of millions and potentially billions of dollars this year was Mark Zuckerberg's idea that he jammed through that has now cost investors, well, a significant amount of money. So again, Facebook was a great idea. Lots of stupid things Zuckerberg has wanted to do, but very few entrepreneurs just hit it right out of the gate like that. So in any event, family will want to protect you. When you want to start a venture, it could be anything from Tupperware and Avon to starting a car detailing business to starting a .com, doing digital marketing, whatever you're going to do. Start a sailing club, training dogs. It doesn't matter. Your family may try to discourage you. Certainly all of the haters in social media will try to discourage you. Gary Vaynerchuk, in spite of all of his success, he still has people telling him he's doing it wrong. He still has people poking fun at him. But guess what? Who cares, right? I guess really the core of this is that get out there, fail badly, and be okay with it. Because you know what? You're a human being living the human experience. And failure is a big part of the human experience. This is part of what's going wrong in the world. This is part of what's going wrong in America and in Canada is that now when kids go to play baseball in Little League, nobody loses. Everybody gets a ribbon. Everybody passes exams. Everybody passes. The problem is now we're creating generations of young adults who have this sense of entitlement that they're supposed to win every time, that they're supposed to pass everything. But once you get out through the doors and you leave those educational institutions, guess what? The world doesn't give a damn. I don't give a crap if that's your sense of entitlement. I have literally hired someone brand new as an intern and they wondered where their parking spot was. One of them wondered, when do I get my BMW? I'm not kidding. So, you know what? You have to have a worldview that is conditioned to failure. It's conditioned to challenging yourself. It's conditioned to falling down. The whole secret is in getting up and saying, okay, what did I learn? Because there are no failures. My dad used to say there are no failures. There are only wins and lessons. Sometimes you get both. So the next time you're faced with, well, I'm thinking about starting a business kind of thing, please start it. What's that Garth Brooks song? I hope you choose to dance. Whether you're going to choose to dance or sit, I don't know. I'm not a country western guy, but I remember reading the lyrics somewhere. Dance, please do. Be the dancing entrepreneur. That's who you need to be. You need to take the shot. If you need help, ask for help. That's what the guys are out there like Gary Vaynerchuk and Nick Halleck and Russell Brunson and myself and the Dan Kennedys of the world. We're here to help you succeed. We've gone through the challenges that you're going through. Please don't ask your family, right? Obviously, if you're married and you have a family, you have responsibilities to your spouse. You've got to kind of bounce things off them because starting a business is a big undertaking. It's going to take a lot of your time. You should certainly do it as a sort of a side gig initially. But it's a matter of just getting out there and doing it. And so what if you don't get it right the first time? So what if you don't get it right the second time? It's all about tenacity. If there was one characteristic that I see in people that are successful at anything from athletics to entrepreneurship to whatever, it is tenacity. And tenacity is that staying power. It's that getting up and continuing on. Do you remember when you were a child and maybe you would go to the exhibition or Canada's Wonderland or whatever with your parents? And I mean, You're 5 years old, 4 years old, and you see the ice cream guy, and you start tugging on your dad or your mom's pant leg. It's like, Daddy, 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 I want an ice cream, I want an ice cream, I want an ice cream. When did you stop tugging on that pant leg? You stopped when you got the ice cream. Well, what happened to that person? Where is that person? Why did you stop pulling on the pant legs saying you want the ice cream? Right? Now it's not Daddy, 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 I want an ice cream. It's hey, universe, or hey, God, or whatever. I want this. My intention is to succeed at this. Don't give up. Keep at it. You're a human living the human experience. Fight for what you want. You're going to have haters. You're going to have loved ones that are telling you not to do it. You need to pick yourself up and get on with it. That's it for today. We're up on 10 minutes. I'm your host, Ron Davies. Hey, you need any help? Go to www.theroncast.com. Drop me a note. I'm here to help you. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye for now.
That's it for this episode of the Roncast. Be sure to subscribe and tune in again for killer tips, techniques, and tools to growth hack any business. We hope you've enjoyed the show.